All right, it's time to bring it back. Snare drum of the week. I'm basically just going down my snare drum rack and I'm going to just grab a drum, and whatever's next in line will be the one that I'm going to feature. I might have already featured this one, but I figure I'm starting fresh. I'm in a new studio. This is a WFL, 1950s. I think it might be late 50s, 57 or something. I just learned that it's called a Supreme concert snare drum. It is a 6 snap by 14, 3-ply mahogany with the maple re-rings, 6 lugs, nickel, probably brass underneath, all nickel plated hardware. Really not a great throw off. This thing pops off. You'll see in the demo here. This thing pops off if you hit it too hard. But this is a super cool drum. Backstory is I was on Craigslist years ago looking for snare drums in a school near me when I was living in New Jersey. I guess was dumping a bunch of stuff they found in their orchestra pit, like just underneath. They haven't used an orchestra, for musicals in years. So they just opened up the orchestra pit and there was this and a few other things in there. So I bought it off a guy who had taken it from that school because they were just going to trash it. Amazing drum. And then later I saw that Steve Jordan has a bunch of these. Charlie Drayton has a bunch of these. Pretty unique drum. I have it wide open. Evans G1 batter coated, whatever it came with, which is Canopus wires. Looks like an ambassador on the bottom. I wanted this drum for like a bebop vibe, old school, crusty. It's super dry. It's really dark. It's got a vibe that no modern drum could possibly have. So you're gonna hear me take it from like a high tuning with tight wires, and I'm just gonna mess around, detune. What's cool about this is you can just detune one or two lugs and basically go from really high and crisp to super fat and dead. So yeah, let's have a listen. right, that's this week's Snare of the Week, the WFL 1950s Supreme Concert Snare Drum. If you can find one of these, they weren't too expensive a few years ago. This is the 6.5x14. There's also, I believe, 5s or 5.5x14s floating out there. There's some with different finishes. I guess this was the cheaper base model with just a regular mahogany stain on it. As you heard, really kind of funky, cool, really dry. I used to only keep it tuned really low for that really dead, punchy thing, but now I'm kind of liking the higher, open, snappier thing, especially for like a bebop or something like that. So if you need some Steve Jordan vibe, get yourself one of these. WFL Supreme Concert Series snare drum.